here is okay. Let's talk about. Let's get to Benjamin Netanyahu. Here, he had some more genocidal takes today. I'm gonna go pee while this.
Not like him.
Israel.
Yeah, it's so. He must be going through it right now. That's why I think he doesn't feel too good. It seems.
People of Israel, last night, additional ground forces from Israel entered Gaza at the gates of the complex of evil, the hall of evil. And the goals of this war are very clear: to completely eliminate the military capabilities of Hamas and to bring back the captives home. We decided on expanding the ground operations unanimously, both in the War Cabinet and in our Political and Security Cabinet. We did this in a very educated manner, taking into all the considerations out of responsibility to guarantee the fate of this country and the safety of our troops. The troops that are fighting in enemy territory right now know that the people, as well as the leadership of this country, are behind them. Over the past few days, I met with the troops in their bases, both in the south and in the north, and we have a wonderful army. We have exceptional soldiers, real heroes, both Jews and non-Jews, secular and religious, from the left wing, from the right wing. They are all united and filled with a combat spirit that I've never seen before. They are willing to fight full force against an enemy that there is no other enemy as cruel as it is. They want to retaliate for the horrific acts that these people conducted against our children, parents, sisters, brothers, and friends. They are committed to completely eliminate this evil from the world for our existence, and let me add, for the benefit of all of humanity. The entire people and all of Israeli leadership, we all embrace them and believe them. You must remember what Amalek has done to you, says our Holy Bible, and we do remember, and we are.
Yeah, when you start talking about Holy Bible and like God being on your side while simultaneously doing an ethnic cleansing, you've really kicked it up into high gear, okay? Really doing a great job here, man. Really normal stuff, really cool. Dog, what is he talking about? For the record, this is Hebrew. So it's not for you. This is like Sky News is translating it, but it's important to understand like the Israeli government's communications that are English are always going to be for the Western world. And there's a massive amount of this kind of communication. There are entire ministries dedicated to doing that. Okay? But the fact that this is Hebrew means that this is specifically for the Israeli audience. Okay? It's for the Israeli audience. So that's why his rhetoric is going to be less tempered, as a matter of fact. There will be certain things that he doesn't even bring up.
Are fighting, our brave troops and combatants who are now in Gaza or around Gaza and in all other regions in Israel are joining this chain of Jewish heroes, a chain that has started 3,000 years ago from Joshua ben Nun until the heroes of 1948. The Six-Day War, the 73 October War, and all other wars in this country. Our hero troops, they have one supreme main goal: to completely defeat the murderous enemy and to guarantee our existence in this country. We've always said, never again. Never again.
That shit is so evil.
Is
dude.
now.
And
yeah,
maybe the most.
Using
the never again shit.
Weaponizing the Holocaust to like engage in ethnic cleansing against a population that had literally nothing to do with the Holocaust.
No, it's completely fucked.
Yeah.
And you could,
and today,
you could also frame it. I mean, now the way that I look at it is, for Zionists at least, and people who use that, I look at it as saying they meant never again. No matter, we're never gonna let anything happen to Jews. We're not actually gonna prevent a catastrophe like the Holocaust from happening.
Well, that's, I mean, for Netanyahu, absolutely, and for ultra Zionists, hardliners, certainly. But like, there's a reason why almost all of the Holocaust historians, even Zionist Holocaust historians, have like come out and spoken out against Israel's apartheid regime for the most part, because like people that actually do study this and have drawn lessons out of this understand what never again actually means in comparison to someone like Benjamin Netanyahu, who is like foolishly and cynically weaponizing and invoking the Holocaust to continue his ethnic cleansing campaign. It's really fucking gross. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna grab something here real quick. Is this the one? Oh yeah. Need my nicotine gum.
Fixed? You got so much here.
Yeah, I do.
That's so bad for you.
What could turn the West against Israel? Nothing.
Jesus Christ.
It's like asking.
Did they airdrop this? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I buy a lot of it.
Met with the families of the captives, the hostages, bereaved parents, and my heart is broken. And I reiterated and said to them that at every stage until this point and from now on, we will exhaust every opportunity to bring back our abducted brothers and sisters to the warm embrace of their families. Their abduction is a crime against humanity. Anybody who dares accuse our troops of conducting war crimes are people who are completely hypocritical, liars who don't have an inkling of morality. Then the IDF is the most...
Yeah, that's why he's like, if you're in Israel and say those things, you'll go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like... Ofer Kassif, a Knesset member who I had on the broadcast, a communist Knesset member who was suspended, not even in Israel right now, was silenced. There are not only Palestinians living in Israel that have been incarcerated for their like for something as simple as liking a Instagram post that the forces at the time have decided is bad. Okay, but also Jewish members inside of Israel, also Jewish people inside of Israel, also are now under increasing scrutiny if they say anything against the war efforts. Meanwhile, Bibists are on the ground engaging in the ripping of the posters themselves because they consider the hostages and their families to get in the way of the ultimate goal of Benjamin Netanyahu, which is the annexation of at least northern Gaza, as far as we understand it. It's pretty crazy stuff happening here.
Moral and ethical military in the world. It is doing everything it can in order to prevent harming those who are uninvolved. And once again, I call upon those who are non-combatants in the Gaza Strip to go further south. Now, the cynicism of our enemy knows no boundaries. It is conducting war crimes as it uses the residents of Gaza as human shields and hospitals as headquarters.
Did you see that video? You saw the video, right?
Which one?
The 3D rendering. Like,
I did, yeah. From the people that brought you, we certainly didn't bomb this hospital, even though we bombed it the Saturday prior and told everyone to evacuate. Comes, here's the next hospital that we're most likely going to bomb, and here is why. I love that. He's like, I love that simultaneously they're like, we don't bomb hospitals. We would never bomb a hospital, even though we've bombed plenty of hospitals and literally ambulances and other, healthcare staff over and over again. According to the World Health Organization, healthcare incidents, which include like threatening phone calls even to a hospital being logged as a singular healthcare incident, all of which are war crimes, by the way. Israel has done this. Last time I checked it was like 480 times in the last siege, like this since October 7. Those numbers are obviously very, the reason why those numbers are massive is because they log each individual instance of like even a phone call to a hospital staff to evacuate to be a threat. So ultimately, these guys are definitely interested in bombing hospitals, and we'll see what happens to Al-Shifa. I'm genuinely terrified because there's apparently 60,000 people that are displaced right now inside of the Al-Shifa hospital. The idea that like the Hamas headquarters are underneath the Al-Shifa hospital in a tunnel structure is a very old school theory, okay? And yes, there are complex tunnel systems under Gaza. This is, something that we all know about. I've talked about it a lot. 300 miles of tunnels underneath Gaza. The problem is you can't fucking bomb a hospital to get to the tunnels. It's fucking ridiculous, okay? And anyone who tries to tell you that that is a justification for it is out of their fucking mind, okay? Just like you can't nuke Tel Aviv because there are IDF stations in the middle of civilian populations, you can't do the same to Gaza either, okay? It makes no goddamn sense. Fucking ridiculous.
For their terrorism activities, and many people in the world now very well understand what we have argued all these years. Israel is fighting not only its own war, but rather this is the war of humanity in its entirety, the human fight against barbarism. Our allies in the Western world and our partners in the Arab world all understand today that if Israel doesn't win, they will be next in this conquest tour of this axis of evil. Since the beginning of the campaign, we've managed to formulate extensive international support, which includes leaders from the U.S. and Europe, led by Biden, the Prime Minister of Britain, the Chancellor of Germany.
Yeah, the notion that, the notion that Hamas it constitutes a threat to not only Israelis, but also to like Americans and people in the Western world is no different than people saying like, yeah, I went to Afghanistan to protect your free speech, brother. It's like, what are you fucking saying?
They're
like,
going to target the Cracker Barrels.
Yeah. They're going to come after
precious resources.
Yeah, they're going to come after our jalapeno poppers, dude. That's what Hamas is coming. That's what Hamas is coming after.
The leaders of the Netherlands, Cyprus, France, and many, many others. Many of them came here at the time of war.
The fact that most Hamas leaders are killed in bombings inside their homes really supports the claim that their headquarters are under hospitals and schools. Ben-Gvir also said this person is being sarcastic. Ben-Gvir also said he ordered police to shoot protesters inside of Israel proper, meaning, of course, Arabs. Yes. They did. Settlers shot at Jewish defenders of Palestinians living in Occupy West Bank. They are an unstoppable force, dude. These guys are freaks. They are out of their fucking minds, okay? They're literally terrorists. I mean, they are. They are the legal designation for West Bank settlements, and what they are doing in the West Bank is settler terrorism, okay? This is not simply like an ethical way of immigrating into a region. This is an occupying force that has the standing army, the standing military that is at gunpoint displacing people and committing pogroms. And that has been the norm. That's always been for 56 years, especially so. Obviously for 75 years if you include the Nakba. But that policy has never changed. That's why it's so fucking frustrating when people try to say like, oh, Palestinians, like, Hamas is the responsible party here. It's like, no, you just don't know anything about the history. You don't understand anything about the history of Palestinians. Okay?
But you would if you read.
But if you read this book.
You read this book.
Yeah, the 100-Year War on Palestine.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
Plug.
Are you going to watch the Gaza Explained? Yeah, I'm going to get, I am going to get, oh, by the way, pour one out for our fallen soldier, former Vice President Michael Pence. Michael McDonald Pence suspends the 2024 presidential campaign.